Hello everyone, my name is Mr. Big T Anderson, and this is the fanfiction reading. We're doing a reading of the Boogies Boys origin story, Chapter 3 by LilMissWitch7. If you're new here, let me go over the rules. First of all, thank you for listening. I do appreciate it. I'm sure the author does too. Anyway, LilMissWitch7, in this case, is the writer. I'm just Schmucky Duck here reading it. And if you enjoyed the story or want to know more of the author's work, links down below. Hit them, you know what to do. And with that, let's get down to business, shall we? This is Boogies, boys. Beryl felt odd, but shrugged the feeling off and went into a deep sleep on his couch. While he was sleeping, he inherited a dream in which he was in a fully colored forest, and he could hear other people talking in the distance. He didn't know why he was there, but he recognized his licorice and orange-flavored lollipop still in his mouth, so he nibbled on it. But soon woke up when the feeling became familiar. He woke up in the same forest, nibbling the same lollipop. His eyes widened. What the? How did I end up here? He scratched his head. I must have sleepwalked. In the distance, he could hear the same voices he heard in his dream. So where do you think your parents are? Asked a girl. Who knows? Probably at some fancy movie theater again, for like the billionth time in a row, replied a boy. They both laughed. Beryl peeked to see who it was from behind a tree. One of them was a girl, about 7 years old, dressed up in a purple witch costume. Her hair looked messy. He thought he had seen her before. The other was a boy, about her age, dressed up in a devil's costume. They seemed to be enjoying each other's company. What was that bag the girl was holding? Hey! Beryl suddenly came up to them. He pointed to Shock. I know you! You're Shock Green, right? At first, Shock's eyes widened. The kid had just randomly came up to her, telling her he knew her. Then again, she thought she knew him. Yeah, I'm Shock. She looked at him with a surprised expression. And I know you, Beryl Squatlet? Beryl smiled. Wow, you do remember me. Remember when I went to your birthday party? The common area was not highly populated, so everyone knew everyone and went to get-togethers all at the same time. Wait. Why did you just come up to me here, in the middle of the night? Beryl scratched his head. I had the craziest dream. It took place at these same woods, and I could hear the same voices that belonged to you guys. I must have sleepwalked. Shock laughed. I like this kid, always getting sidetracked, aren't you? Beryl laughed back. Yep. He turned to Locke, who was awkwardly listening to the whole conversation. Wait. Who are you? Beryl's eyes widened just then. You're a rich kid. I'll beat the tar out of you. Have you been messing with her? Shock went in front of Locke. Beryl, don't hurt him. He's a nice rich kid, she said with a smile. Locke smiled as well and nodded frantically, scared that the tubby boy was actually serious. Yeah, I'm, her friend. Locke DeVille. Huh? Beryl narrowed his eyes and turned to Shock. Okay, but if he messes with you in any way, he pounded his fist in his hand, you know who to call. Okay. Shock replied, giggling at how serious Beryl attempted to sound. She always knew him as that quiet kid who didn't talk much, so this was a completely different side to him that she never knew of. She decided that she was having a special connection with these two boys, so she could sense that they would probably make a good team. So, what are you guys doing here this late at night on a leisurely stroll? He pointed to Shock. Don't tell me you're on a date or something. Shock's eyes widened, then she pointed to the inside of her mouth, sticking out her tongue and pretending to gag. Locke's eyes widened also. Beryl, we just met. Gross! Beryl laughed to himself. I'm just messing with you guys. Locke secretly felt sad deep down. If only. Beryl frowned. Well, then what are you doing? Shock's expression changed to nervousness. We're looking for our parents. We don't know where they are. Beryl's eyes widened. Hey, me too. My mom's gone missing. Shock cupped her hand on her mouth. This was ironic, weird, and creepy at the same time. All of their parents were missing. They were all lost, and they all met on the same day, yet depended on each other somehow. It was like they were destined to meet this way the whole time. Beryl interrupted her train of thought by saying, Whoa, is that your trick-or-treating bag? How come you got more than me? Shock smiled mischievously. Secret. Beryl frowned. Oh, come on, I want to know. From then on, the three children walked in the forest together, trying to find their parents. They kept each other company by having conversations that they didn't know lasted how long. At one point, Beryl said out of the blue, Hey, do you guys know who the boogeyman is? Locke in shock looked at him and said in unison, Huh? Every kid in Housetown knew of the boogeyman. It didn't matter if you were a commoner or a rich person to know the tale. Oh yeah, I remember Mom telling me as a little kid what it was, Locke replied. My mom said that if I stayed up late past my bedtime, he would come up from under my bed and eat me. Shock said, her facial expression having uncertainty. Locke scratched his head. Now that you mention it, those stories were creepy. I remember my mom telling me that he hides in the moon at night, in the shadow of it, waiting for every single kid to go to sleep. If one kid ever stays awake past their bedtime, they get killed. Beryl frowned. Or eaten. He licked his lollipop as if on cue. I never stay up late past my bedtime. Yeah, Beryl, what's your bedtime? Beryl pondered for a second, then smiled at them and replied, 9:30. Locke smiled mischievously. Ha! I go to bed at 10. Shock went up in his face. 10? That's nothing. I go to bed at 10:30. I'm better than both of you. She stuck her tongue out at him. Beryl frowned, but Locke just got angry. Hey, don't get smart with us. You're a show-off, and nobody likes a show-off. Oh yeah? Well, nobody likes a kid who points out everything out all the time like a tattletale. Oh yeah? Yeah! Locke suddenly pulled on her. Ouch! She responded by jabbing her elbow in his stomach. Oof! He kicked her leg, and from that point it escalated into a full-blown fight. Poor Beryl just stood there with a frown on his face. It was like they all knew each other for a long time, and these fights occurred often. Meanie, double meanie, stupid, runt, hag! Beryl interrupted the fight. Guys? Surprisingly, they both stopped fighting and turned to face him. What time is it now? Shock let go of Locke and rubbed her chin in confusion. That's a good question. Locke looked up casually as if the fight having just occurred never happened. Well, the moon's still out, so it isn't daytime. His eyes widened suddenly. Wait, guys. I tried searching for my parents at like 1:45. So that means... They all looked at each other with horror on their faces. We're doomed! He's gonna eat us! Shock yelled. I don't want to be eaten! Beryl's stomach dropped. Locke put a fist in his other hand. We need to find a way to stop this from happening! Shock frowned at him. We can! My mom once told me that a boogeyman never dies! We can't kill him! He's an indestructible monster! Locke shrugged. There has to be a way! Beryl punched a nearby tree. There's not! He's too powerful! Shock looked ahead of their path to see if they were going anywhere. Something caught her eye on the distance. It was visible through the trees. Guys, check it out! She then ran to the scene, forgetting her bag full of candy. Locke followed, as did Beryl. But he was the one to carry her bag of candy this time. So, that was Boogies Boys, Chapter 3. Now, obviously, each part's going to go more in depth, so my suggestion, hit the link down below, read Chapters 1 and 2. Tell me what you think. If you liked how I did it, you can also put that info in the comments below. I always appreciate it. Whenever you guys tell me how I can improve, it's always a good way for me to kind of see if I can go up to the next level, kind of make myself better at this. And yeah, just give the author and the story some love if you liked it. Otherwise, they don't know what they're doing right. So thank you for listening. Ta-ta for now.